You watching this video is probably a bad idea. Welcome back to Comics Are Dope. I'm BJ Kicks, and corny intro aside, I'm really excited for this video. Now, when the folks at Bad Idea reached out to me and asked if they could send me something to help promote their latest Kickstarter project, I was like, absolutely. And then when I realized what it was they were sending me, I got really excited. So we'll take a whole trip through time so I can tell you why. And of course, I'm going to unbox this really cool package. Now, first off, if you are not familiar, Bad Idea Comics is a company that started 2020, 2021, basically during the height of the pandemic. And they were making comics to be collected just in a very different way. Like, basically, there were a bunch of rules around how you could buy and sell Bad Idea comics. First of all, they were direct market only. You couldn't buy them on the book market. No collected editions, no second printings. Like, what you see is what you get, just straight up comics. And I was like, that was cool. No variant covers, no schemes. Well, depends on how you define schemes. And then on the other side of that, the sort of customer facing persona, there were rules as to how their participating retailers could buy and sell their comics. So one rule that they had was like, you couldn't order heavy on issue 1 and then drop off on issue 2. In fact, the order you placed for issue 1, you were also placing that same amount of orders for issues 2 through whatever in a series. And so even at my LCS, they kind of had a thing you could subscribe to all Bad Idea books, or you could subscribe to individual series. But if you bought one, you were buying all of them. And in some cases, you had to prepay for all of them, sight unseen, just crazy. They would do all these really interesting sort of campaigns to sell these books. And the one that started it all was this. This is ENIac, issue number 1, written by Matt Kindt, art by Doug Braithwaite. This is a really cool spy espionage action book. Really liked it. But this is the one that started it all off. And this issue, they didn't do any kind of, this is the first print. This one they only made enough of these for the people that pre-ordered Bad Idea books. And so it was the only way to get this exclusive first print was to have pre-ordered. And then they did this coming right after. And they just called it the not first print. Who knows if it's a second, third, fourth. I don't know how many times they printed it, but if you had this one with the black trade dress, it was the not first print. So this one ended up being worth a bunch of money. And with this being the sort of campaign that launched Bad Idea, it made them a fan favorite or a speculator favorite. All their stuff was starting to go high prices on eBay, and people were really down for Bad Idea. And as you can see, I got most of the first wave of Bad Idea comics. There's Monster Kill Squad, which is basically what it sounds like. I got mine signed by Christos Gage, which was really cool. I got Tankers, written by Robert Venditti, which is basically a monster mech book. I actually reviewed this one. This is Whalesville and Rocks and Minerals. I reviewed this one in my weekly comic book review that I do. And Matt Kindt actually saw it and retweeted it. And I have a sneaking suspicion that that's how I ended up on this list of people who were able to get sent packages for this new campaign that we're about to talk about. But really cool stuff that Bad Idea has offered. And I think what gets lost in the shuffle of all of Bad Idea's antics is that they're actually printing really good comic book stories, especially for a more mature reader with a more diverse palette. It's not just superhero stuff. It's not just horror stuff. There's drama, there's action, there's stories that are clearly allegories for other things in life. Just really interesting stuff, right? But again, you to get the good stories with Bad Idea, you also have to take with it the antics. And among some of the antics, right, there's this series or this book. It's called Passive Aggressive. Well, this book was actually printed twice. Well, not really twice. This book is two different books with the same cover, same title, and as far as I know, even the same barcode. One contains a story called Passive. The other contains a story called Aggressive. And no shop actually stocked both issues. So in order to buy these, you had to buy one from two different Bad Idea destination shops, or just grab them on eBay after the fact. And hopefully you could tell the difference between the two issues, right? Really, really interesting stuff. Another sort of gimmick they did once, right, was this. This is Hank Howard, Pizza Detective in Caligula's Safe. And it's basically what it sounds like. This is written by Rob Venditti. And it is a story about a dude that's doing like detective work. It's like a detective noir story based on a pizza shop. Like, it's the dumbest thing. Like, why is there this pizza in this safe? And, but this book was available one day only. You could buy it on release day, and it was $1. You only had to spend $1 to get this book, but you could only buy it on release day. You could only buy one copy, and your shop was not allowed to hold it for you. You had to come in person, ask for this book. You get the book, and then whatever's left over, I guess they either destroyed or sent back to Bad Idea. I don't know. But you got this, like, pizza detective story. But in a backup to the pizza detective story was this. Save Now. And this was an 8-page preview of this book, Save Now. And I didn't realize it was just a preview. I was like, okay, it says to be continued. But basically this book, or this story, is about this like superhero team. They're like trying to save the world from some kind of alien threat, right? And we're learning about it from the point of view of this one dude whose name is Saver. And his superpower is that he can basically like create save points in his mind and go back to any point in time and basically like, start over like a video game dude. But the only catch is when he goes back in time, he can only go backwards. He can never go forward. And so if he goes back in time, he has to relive life from that moment over and over and over again. And he ages in real time, like as it happens. So in this example, there was like a 30 seconds he kept trying to replay over and over again. He tries to replay it 20 times and ends up like aging 10 minutes while everybody else had aged 30 seconds. And that was just really, really interesting. And it ends with this, and it says to be continued. And I was like, yo, I remember when I was talking about this in my group, my Facebook group, I was like, yeah, this was cool and all, but I want whatever this is. And whatever this is here now. This is Save Now. Save Now is being launched as a Kickstarter exclusive hardcover. It's like a 6-issue series somehow, but you can get it all collected in this hardcover. It's available on Kickstarter right now. The Kickstarter went live Black Friday at noon. As I'm filming this, it is Black Friday at 1 o'clock. And let's just see. Sheesh. It's been an hour and this has already like got 4 times its goal. So really cool. There's a bunch of stretch goals. Like the more this Kickstarter raises, the more like just awesome the hardcover gets, like with a foil gloss and stamped and embossed and all these different things. So definitely, like, from the 8-page preview that I read that you can actually read online, I'll leave it in the description down below. You definitely want this book. I want to read this story for myself. But anyway, Bad Idea asked if they could send me something to help promote this. And it turns out what they're sending me is a print. It's a print that will contain a textless page of Save Now, the book. And who knows which page they're going to send? I don't know. Sheesh. They're blasting through that goal. So which page they're going to send? I don't know. And apparently there's like 64 of these, and everybody that gets sent one of these is going to get sent a different page. So if you want to read more of the book, like look out for other people's videos with these. I don't know how many they're sending them to. I don't know who they're sending them to. I just know they're being sent. But anyway, without further ado, let's open up this bad idea of a package, but not before I do this for the thumbnail. Okay, now that I've done that, all right, so let's see what print we got. Now, I've seen some preview pages for this series on Twitter. Some of them look incredibly awesome. Some of them look like they are not safe for work. So I'm hoping this page is not in the latter category. And let's see if we can get it done. So let's see what we got. Okay. Ooh, okay. That's really cool. Very cool. So from what I can see here, this is Savor walking into a tarot shop, like a tarot reading place. Call me now for your free tarot reading. And there's the tarot witch lady with like skull lit dude, Grim Reaper in the background. And she's looking like you don't want none of whatever I'm about to offer you. And here's Savor. He's definitely a lot older than I last saw him. So that's interesting as well. And the tarot shop is called Santeria. Are they in Santeria, Greece? That's just the name of the place. I don't know. But I also can see that in this corner, this is signed by Matt Kindt, which is... So it's actually signed by Matt Kindt, which I don't know if that even comes through on camera. But this is a very beautiful print. And it's a one of one. No one else has this print. And that's exciting for me as well. So, Save Now is a book. It's written by Matt Kindt with art by Tomas Giarelli. Now, Giarello, excuse me. If you're not familiar with Tomas's work, that print is an example. But also, Monster Kill Squad, which was also a Bad Idea book, had art by Tomas as well. And, dude, just look at this art. Like, it kind of reminds me in some ways of like Riccardo Federici. But man, like this art is awesome. And this, like I said, this is a whole different book. This is Monster Kill Squad. But like you can see when you get it up close, it's not going to translate from me just holding it up on camera, but you can see the pencil work and it's like, it's almost like a deep charcoal, kind of like Stuart Eminem does sometimes. It's like this deep charcoal, a lot of cross-hatching, but then the colors that go on top of it are just sick. So anyway, that's Tomas Giarello. And let's see who's on colors for this. All right. I don't want to like make this video longer. I don't see a colorist credited. So I don't know, either Tomas is doing colors as well, or, you know, it's just uncredited colorist as of now, and you'll see it when you get the book. But Save Now looks amazing. The 8-page preview that I read over a year ago was awesome, and I can't wait to get more. And the only way to get more is to get back this Kickstarter campaign for this hardcover. Now, there's a bunch of tiers, a bunch of different levels that you can back on. There's a bunch of stretch goals, so you can check that out in the description down below. As of this recording, you got 29 days left to secure your copy of this hardcover. Don't miss out. Just don't, because that would be a bad idea. Huge thanks to the folks at Bad Idea for sending that print over and for allowing me to be a part of this campaign. I really appreciate it. I'm really excited about this book, and I'll see you guys in another video real soon. Till then, be safe, stay awesome, and read something dope today. Peace.